Sayyid has been traveling and he's really fatigued. So please bring the joys and jazba again, a loud salawat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين قضى الله وهم بالصلاة طهارهم تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد أما بعد، قال الله الحكيم في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والفجر وليال عشر والشفع والوتر صدق الله العلي العظيم. These days are days of mourning for us. These days and these nights are a legacy that goes back 1400 years ago. In a small prison, tradition says that a woman lit a candle, and that candle has been passed from generation to generation to generation. Today you find this candle from that small prison in Damascus. Today in Houston. And that tells us that this journey has become a global one. The very miracle of Islam, I would say, is this Azan of Hussein. It's the only living miracle that we find in history. Today you notice that this living miracle continues because of the barakah that this miracle holds. Generally, you notice that when a tragedy takes place, it either kills you, makes you stronger, but over time you forget. For example, the way that you mourn your parents. Your children won't mourn their parents like that. Over a period of time, people forget. The vast majority of you here probably wouldn't know your great-great-grandfather's name.
Please, there's a red blocking the driveway of the neighbor in the front. Please do the person with the red Tesla and move the car.
There's a red Tesla that's blocking the drive for the neighbor. If that's yours, please could you remove it? So within human history and human nature, people forget. But you notice that there's something about Sayyid al-Shuhada that brings this nation together time and time again. And when people put the question, why do you guys still mourn for? The answer is simple. We don't know why. Something brings us together. There's an energy, there's a power that brings us together. Even if we wanted to stop, there's no way that we'll be able to. Every single year, you just see this expanding, increasing and increasing and increasing. You know, there was a time in Saddam's era where there were maybe 50 to 100,000 people going for Al-Bain. If you look at the last 15 years, you've seen record upon record upon record. And none of this is coordinated. None of this that you find is planned. People from all walks of life and from all over the world go to Islam Hussein. There's a longing there, there's a calling, and we don't know why. If you ask the average Shia why, And in fact, this is not just the Shias now. As time is going on, you find many people from many different backgrounds who are making their way towards Imam Hussein. It almost seems like that Imam Hussein is a revival of the souls of people. And today when you come here, you feel this emotional connection to Imam Hussein. Though you've never seen him, though you don't know how he looks like, though you've never had a conversation, after so many centuries, what you find is there's this pull that brings you in, there's a connection that connects you, and then after that you see this nation revives. That's the beauty of it. And today, if you notice, it's not just Shias who are mourning for Imam Hussein. You find that even Hindus today, Sikhs today, Sunni today, Christian, whoever comes to know about the miracle of Imam Hussein is coming and being part of this movement, of which Imam Hussein symbolizes. You know why? Because this is what Imam Hussein represents. You know, they say that in Ibrahim, I wouldn't have created the Atlaq. وَلَوْلَا عَلِيٍّ لَمَا خَلَقْتُكَ وَلَوْلَا فَاطِمَةٍ لَمَا خَلَقْتُكُمَا. Had it not been for Fatima, nothing. Fatima is the markaz. Allah chose imams, but there was only one lady Fatima who all the imams go around. All of the, you know, she wasn't an imam, but all of the alam al-wujud is around one lady. And this is why the sixth imam says, somebody asked him, they said, what's the haqiqat of Laylatul Qadr? Right? Better than 1,000 months. You know what he replies? He says, Al-Layl hiya ummi Fatima. This Laylatul Qadr's haqiqah is the same haqiqah as my mother Fatima. I feel like talking on this. And I'm sure all Muslims have an affinity to the Prophet's daughter. Fakhr al-Razi says, the very famous Sunni writer of Tafsir, he says that when Rasulullah was given the hukum, قُلْ لَا أَسَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. He says that's oneness. According to Sunni tradition, Qurba is Fatima, the Arabic. Qurba is Fatima. For us, it's all of Ahlul Bayt. But actually the Sunnah, but Ahl Sunnah is actually Fatima. So let's talk about Fatima today. That's where my heart is taking this discussion. If you can understand her, you can understand Ma'rifah. You know, Salman was in the 10th level of Iman, right? Hadith says, if Abu Dhar knew the maqam of Salman, he would have killed him. You know why? Because Ma'rifah is like that. Ma'rifah is like that. Look what happened to Mansur Hallaj. Secret came out, bang, put to death. Some secrets you don't divulge. Salman kept it hidden in his chest because he knew the maqam he's at, what he understands, Abu Dhar could never understand. And we can't understand Abu Dhar or Salman. Somebody comes to Salman and they ask him a question. They say, Salman, how did you get to the 10th level of Iman? That's a question. How did you get to the 10th level of Iman? You know what he replies? Khalwa with the Prophet. What does Khalwa mean? Seclusion. He says, me and the Prophet went to seclusion together. So he said, what did you discuss? What was it the Prophet transmitted to you that took you from one level to one level to one level? You know what he replies? He says, whenever we were in Khalwa, Rasulullah would teach us just one thing, me one thing. He says, what was that? He said, the haqiqah of Fatima. As he taught me the haqiqah of Fatima, one door open, two doors open, three doors open, four doors open, all the way up to the 10th level of Iman. Now this isn't just words, this is transmitted into the heart, because there's a spiritual effect. This is why I go back to what I said. Majlis of Imam Hussein is important when the intention is made, malaika come down. It's the benefit of the heart. Yaqeen is not just rationalizing things. Some of the greatest professors in the world can rationalize God, but they can't prove it. They don't feel it in their heart. Actually, there's a certainty which goes above that. That's found in your spirit. Salman is giving you something. He's saying this. If you want to understand the doorway to heaven, come to understand the Fatimists. Nobody on the basis of their deeds are going to go to heaven. It's on the basis of their faith they're going to go to heaven. If it was the basis of prayers, Khawarij would be the first people to go to heaven. Khawarij are not going to go to heaven. This is why, if you remember, for those people who were there last year on the day what I said, as of this, Allah doesn't directly make heaven and hell. I said, what do you mean? Like Allah didn't directly make my clothes. Somebody was sewing them. Allah's qudra was behind it. Behind the curtains is Allah. The Zahiri was a tailor. In the same way in this world, everything that you have is a wasila. There's nothing that isn't. You walked here, wasila. Car, wasila. clothes, wasila. Mic, wasila. If you truly believe that Allah is going to give you that wasila, then why don't you sit down for the next year and see if food comes down? Either your Lady Maryam, or it's not going to work for you. There are only two people who you find food come down for. One was Lady Mary, the other one was Fatima bint Asad. People ask about the Imam of Abu Talib. The Imam of Abu Talib is this: his wife is missing for 3 days and he's not worried at all. Least of all what she's going to eat. Why? Because he knows that something is coming in the Kaaba. Doors are sealed, walls sealed up. 3 days. 3 days. When it comes to the valley of Ishq, remember, the greatest Ashik is the one who's connected. So we're coming back again. Who is Fatima alayhi salam? Here the Imam says, he says, Fatima is who? Laylatul Qadr. What is Laylatul Qadr? Let me ask you. Quran says, better than 1,000 months. What is Laylatul Qadr? تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. That's what Laylatul Qadr is, right? What does that mean though? What does it mean? Malaika and the Ruh come to Sahib al-Amr. So the biggest proof, at least that we have that there's a living Imam, is this verse. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. Why is that? Istimrar. Continuously the angels come, even today. There has to be someone that they come to. It's not me, believe me. Must be somebody. But anyhow, taking the discussion forward, Surah Qadr screams out the fadail of Fatima. Why? Qadr comes from miqdar. Miqdar means approximation. Approximation of everything from the beginning to the end is found in Qadr. Laylatul Qadr is made of two things. Layl, which means night. Qadr, which is the Qadr of Allah. It's not Yawm al-Qadr. It's Laylatul Qadr. Why? Because secrets are hidden at night. Yawm al-Qiyamah, everything is apparent. Laylatul Qadr, everything is hidden. Why is nighttime hidden? Because nighttime is Tawheed. Allah says in the Quran, Qum al-Layl. Stand up at nighttime and pray. Why is that? Nighttime is a nighttime of secrets. This is why you may notice in the famous parable of Layli and Majnun, a lady symbolizes the darkness of the night. Love is found at night. Laylatul Qadr houses the secrets. But what does Imam say? Imam Ja'far Sadiq says, he says, Al-Layl hiya ummi Fatima. He doesn't say Qadr, he says Layl itself is Fatima. Why is that? Because Qadr requires something to hold it. Hamal, right? A woman is pregnant as Hamila, comes from Hamal, to bear something. The burden of Laylatul Qadr is Fatima itself. In that night, the Quran is revealed. This is why they say the Quran is revealed on the qalb of the Prophet, because the qalb is symbolic of Fatima. Nothing else can take it, not the ruh of the Prophet. Not the physical body of the Prophet, comes on the qalb of the Prophet. The job of the qalb is to separate. One shot, Quran comes. Separated into 6,600 verses, the job of the heart of the Prophet. That khatib is the khatib of Fatima. And the night is the night of Qadr. The night therefore symbolizes her. If only you could understand, and if we could understand what secrets she holds. So now imagine this. She is that person who unites Imam and Risala together. She's that person who brings you, because remember, if you look at the Quran, what does it say? Maraj al-Bahrayni yaltaqiyan. Two oceans flow together. In every commentary, one ocean is the ocean of Wilayah, Imamah, one ocean is the ocean of Risala. Then there's a barzakh that's in between them. According to all traditions, the barzakh is Rasulullah. The hadith doesn't say that Rasulullah is that stream of Nabuwa. If you look at it, which are the two streams? One stream is the stream of Ali, one is the stream of Fatima. Though Fatima is not a prophet, but the fact is this, the haqiqah of Nabuwa, her father's message is found in Fatima. Why? On the back of the Prophet is a seal of prophecy that all of us know about. Seal of prophecy. Rasulullah says, Fatima ruhul lati bayna jambayn. Fatima is the soul between my shoulder blades. Meaning what? The ruh of Nabuwa is found within Fatima. Alright?
محمد وآل محمد صلوات.
I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, okay, we've got 40 minutes, we're already coming into 30.
Ara Haydari!
You hear about her as a mother, you hear about her as a daughter, you hear about her as a wife. The biggest injustices don't really discuss as Fatima for Fatima. And if you did do only then, your level of ma'arif increases. To understand al-haqiqah is to understand the different maratib al-wujud and ma'rifat al-Allah. That nobody can get there other than through an izn. Like I was saying, Allah doesn't create heaven and hell directly. Qudra is there, ilm is there, Allah's hay is there, everything is there. But let me tell you what does and what doesn't. Rasulullah outlined it when he says, Fatima minni. Fatima is a part of me. Who angers Fatima angers me. Who angers me angers Allah. Let me put it another way. When Fatima is happy, your heaven is made. And when Fatima is angry, your hell is made. Therefore, depending on the amount of ma'rifah you have for Fatima, you're increasing your status in heaven. And the less you have, you're coming into decline towards hell. Therefore, it is haram for that person who loves Fatima to go to hell. Where do you find this? You find a person by the name of Khur. What does Imam Hussein do? Imam Hussein knew even if Khur repented for 1,000 years, he wouldn't be able to come to the right path. One shot, he clears Khur. What does he do? He penetrates his soul deeply by what? Let's ignite the love he has for my mother. And you'll see, because of that, if I was to ask you on the 9th of Muharram, if there was one person guaranteed to go to hell, you would say Khur. On the 10th of Muharram, if I was to ask you, where's Khur now? You'd say alayhi salam. What brings him and switches him? If you want to know how to switch your children from becoming one side to the other side, you've got to understand exactly what the ishq of Fatima is. If you instill that ishq in your children, what do you find? Very simply, you'll see that at any given stage of their life, regardless of how far away that they go, if the ishq is there some way, some shape, some form, one ashura will come, and you'll see all of a sudden they rotate back again. That's the secret. Look, when people turn around and say, look, can you recite and pray? We can recite and pray. And fasting, we can do that as well. And Hajj, we can do that as well. And say, look, son doesn't pray, he doesn't fast, and he's doing this, and he's doing this, and he's doing this, and he's doing... We could give all of the lectures, but you know what? Let me give you one lecture that compensates for all of those lectures. If you can understand the ishq of Fatima, then prayer, fasting, Hajj, zakat, everything sorts itself out. So let me say one final thing. Ayatullah, in the olden days, Abdul Karim Hairi was the founder of Hawza ibn Yaqub. In the time of the first Shah. The first Shah institutionalized secularism. He says, look, we want to ban everything. Hijab, ban. Adhan, ban. Ataturk was doing the same thing. Later on, Gamal Abdel Nasser, ban. Eventually a time